main question is how are you feeling?
I'm feeling better. Thanks for asking. Feeling a lot better.
When did you feel good? Do you think you'd play last week?
You know, it's a tough call. I was feeling good, but there's a reason why we take the baseline test, you know, and having kind of being an older guy and been in the league before they had things like this in place, and now being a part of it, and you know, obviously having to take part of it last week, you understand why they do those things, and it's because sometimes the testing will show things that maybe you don't necessarily the outward symptoms don't show, and so I'm thankful for that because you know, it's a serious thing, concussions and the head injuries and what our older players and retired players are dealing with, and so we don't take it lightly. And was there a huge part of me that wanted to just say, hey, let's go, you know, forget about the test and everything else, let's do it. Yeah, but I think that's why they're in place, is to prevent some of those things from happening. So I was just trusting the process, trusting the testing, and you know, trusting the doctors and the protocol that the league's put in place. And I think long term we'll be glad that we have those things, and we won't know for a while, but I feel like as our game continues to grow and get better, I think that's one of the major reasons why it will continue to grow, is because we'll feel better about that area of our sport.
Josh, outside of this building, a lot of discussion about who's going to play quarterback. Was there any doubt in your mind that you were going to be
Well,
your job back?
there was no doubt in my mind that I was going to come back and prepare to play, and obviously, you know, Coach Pettin and the coaches, you know, they anytime you have a situation like that, especially obviously with a young guy like Johnny and a guy that you picked in the first round, and to go out and play the way he did, there's so many positives to draw from it. So all I knew is, for me, like I've said since I got here, is, you know, I'm going to prepare like I'm the guy, and then until told otherwise, you know, we'll adjust. But preparing to do whatever it takes to help our team win, and so that's my mindset. And as a competitor, you always are ready to go and expect to be the guy. So that was my expectation. You know, going into this week.
You know he wants to play, so do you console him a little bit now that he's not going to?
Absolutely. I mean, I've been there. I've been on both sides of this thing. I've been, you know, the guy in front with a first rounder waiting in the wings, and people waiting on that guy to play and wanting that guy to play. And then I've been in situations where I've been the guy everybody wants to play, and you go to both sides of it, where you're as a competitor, we wouldn't be in our situations if he didn't want to play it, you know, so he wouldn't be here. And so I appreciate that fact. We both do. But again, it's about him continuing to grow, and all of us together, and you know, doing our job in our room.
Can you relate?
Play good football.
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. Can you relate to it, like when you were playing so well in Chicago, and I think they ended up going back to Cutler, when you had that good, probably one of your best stretches. You know, like what Johnny's now going through, he comes off a good performance. And
Absolutely, yeah, I think so, and that's what I mean. You can relate to it, where you feel like you got a good rhythm going, got some good things going. You know, as a competitor, you want to keep going, you want to keep playing, and so you know, for he and I, like I said, we come together in our room and try to get better together. You know, and to push one another, and coaches make their decisions that they're going to make, and that's in the best interest of our team, and then we move forward, and so the best thing that I can say, you know, going through a half a week of preparation already, is, you know, the best compliment I can give Johnny is that you know, he was able to put that one behind him, and he came in Monday and Tuesday, and we did all our normal process. And so I think that's the key for especially young guys, is when you have some success, what does that success do to you? And I just applaud him, because I mean, he came back and was ready to roll, and has been working and doing everything, you know, to get ready for this week. So that's our process. That's what he and I have to take care of. And because, you know, he's just like we found out in week 1, he's one play away. He's got to be ready to go.
was that tough on you? Was when they decided to go back to Cutler?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said it back then. I mean, I understand the team aspect and where we were heading with Jay, you know, as an organization, and so I think it made it a little easier, softened it, but I still wanted to be out there. You know, you still, you want to play, because That's why we're in this thing is to play and be the guy out there. So exactly, it's you never take that lightly, but at the same time, there's a bigger picture working, and he will continue to, like I said, he's done it all this week. He'll continue to grow and get better and develop, and so if anything, it just Sunday more than anything just gets us even more excited about where he's headed. For sure.
Just quarterback situations can divide a fan base. They take sides. Are you at all concerned that chance of Johnny and stuff that's going to?
You know what? I said it when I came here. These people are passionate, and they love our team, and they certainly, the list of quarterbacks and all that stuff's well documented. So you got a young guy that comes in and play well. I get it. I understand it, and so. So it's just for me. You don't want it to be a distraction for everybody else. But at the same time, I understand where they're coming from, and like I said, there's so much to be excited about, with the way Johnny played Sunday and where he's headed, and so I understand that that's part of it. I've gone through that before, and so you go out and I think at the end of the day. We have all these, different slogans and things about the Browns. We all bark together and all those things. I think at the end of the day, we go out and play winning football. Everybody will be happy with that, and so that's the key for us is to go out and focus on beating the Oakland Raiders.